Hello. Happy Sunday, yogis. I'm glad to be here with you again, live from Berlin, Germany. I see we have one person already with us. Thanks for being here. I'll give it just a moment to see if anyone else joins us. I'm going to move this a little bit out of the frame. As always, on these Sunday night classes, I suggest grabbing, if you have it available to you, some pillows, a blanket, any props that will help you feel comfortable as we turn down for the evening and prepare for the week ahead. Additionally, we always start with a seated meditation. And so lifting our hips up, sitting onto a block or a pillow can be really helpful in getting our hips to open up. So that's where we'll start. Join me in this seated position. And before we get started, tonight, I'd like to guide class with the theme of, I'd like to guide us by posing a question to you. And that is, what makes a strong yoga practice? Sometimes you may have heard someone say, I've heard it many times, in a yoga class, someone says to another, oh, you have such a strong practice. And I'd like us to think about what that means to us personally, and to expand upon the idea of that having to do with the asanas, which are the poses, the shapes that we move our body into. I came to this thought because I found that I felt really strong about my practice this week, because not once, but twice this week, I had the opportunity to take a yoga class taught in German. The first time, it was by accident. I just walked into the class. I thought it was an English class. I read the schedule wrong. And the teacher had a Jiva Mukti studio here in Kreuzberg. And the teacher taught in German. And I thought, well, we're going to run with this. Not because I know yoga so well and I've got it, because I was willing to push myself out of my comfort zone. So I'd like you to think about, whether it's here in this class tonight or perhaps after, what makes a yoga practice strong? What makes your yoga practice strong? As we're seated here, I'll remind you as we get started, 3 easy steps to finding a meditative state, to sitting in meditation. First, we find our seat. Second, we find stillness. Third, we find our focus. Let your breath be the focus. Find your seat by bringing your shoulders aligned over your hips. Your shoulders can drop slightly back, chest up, head aligned on straight. Once you're there, find stillness. And find your breath. No need in this moment to control your breath. Allow it to flow. Using your mouth to exhale, release all of your breath. Replace that air by breathing in through your nose. At your pace, let it out through your mouth. This is how we can quickly find calm. I invite you now to integrate Ujjayi breath, which is a breath into the nose and out through the nose, with a slight constriction at the back of your throat. What's most important is that you're still and that you're breathing. Meet the challenge of finding stillness and remember that meditation is not about an absence of thought. Meditation is about coming back to your focus each time you have a thought. Coming back to your breath and not allowing the thoughts to take you and run away with you. As you're ready, I invite you to bring your eyes to open, slowly blinking them open. At your pace, as you're ready, I invite you on an inhale to bring your arms wide and up. Fingers meeting together at the top of your inhale. Exhale down the center line, bringing your hands down to your heart, meeting your heart at the bottom of your exhale. Slight pause. Inhale, hands right back up where they came from. Exhale, hands wide. Fingers touch the ground at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, back up. We're practicing linking breath to movement. At the top of your inhale, fingers touch. Exhale, hands ride down through the center line that goes from your root to your crown. Inhale, hands back up where they came from. Exhale, hands wide. One more round, just like this. Fingers touch at the bottom of the exhale, or fingers touch the ground. Then inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hands come down your center line. Inhale, hands come up. And as you exhale, hands come wide. I'd like you to take your fingers, interlace them, and bring them to the back of your neck. Your thumbs can come at the base of your neck, fitting into the groove right there, as the palms and the base of your hands support the bottom of your skull. Take a moment here first to check in on your alignment. Your joints are stacked, your shoulders are over your hips. You're sitting tall. As you find this position, I invite you then to inhale to bring your elbows a bit wider. Exhale, bring the elbows towards each other. Not all the way in, just a bit. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows towards each other. One more. Inhale, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows towards each other. Hands release, dropping down to the ground. Left fingers touch down to the mat or the floor, whatever you're sitting on, as we inhale to bring the right hand high for a side body stretch. Perhaps you have the room in your body to bring your left palm all the way down to the ground. We want our right side body to be long here. So we're inhaling to find length. As we exhale, we bend a bit deeper. One more just like that. Inhale, find length and a further stretch through your side body. Exhale, bend a little bit further over. And as you inhale, you're going to bring your left hand high. Exhale to bring the right hand down. Fingertips or palm down to the ground. Inhale to find length through your side body. And exhale to bend. Again. One more breath here. As you inhale, right arm comes up. Fingertips come together. As you exhale, hands come down your center line. Hands land on your knees. And upon an exhale, I invite you to let your chin drop towards your chest. As you inhale, bring your chin high. Exhale, drop your head back. Chin up, head back. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, chin to chest. You're keeping your shoulders and your torso, your arms and your lower half completely still. You're just moving the neck and the head. Inhale, back up to neutral. As you exhale, allow your right ear to drop towards your right shoulder, keeping your shoulders completely still. Again, stay there. Inhale. And as you exhale, allow your right ear to drop a bit further down. Inhale back through center. As you exhale, left ear comes to meet left shoulder. Again, inhale here. As you exhale, send that breath into the right side of your neck. Inhale back up through center. We'll do one more round of each side. So as you exhale, allow your right ear to come towards your right shoulder. Our body knows what we're doing now, so it might take it a little bit further. 3 breaths here. On your third exhale, inhale back up to neutral. Exhale to the left. Left ear towards left shoulder. 3 breaths. As you inhale, bring your head back up to neutral, and at your pace, I invite you to slowly make your way to tabletop position. Removing your prop, finding tabletop with our fingers spread wide, our joints stacked. Joints stacked means shoulders over elbows, over wrists, hips over knees. Strong flat back. Become familiar with tabletop. And upon an exhale, we'll look back towards the belly, arch the back like a cat. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Pause. Inhale forward, chest forward, shoulders back, head high, pelvis tilts. Exhale back to cat. Inhale forward to cow. Begin to feel the sensation of riding your breath. Back to the cat. Pressing the floor away from you with your hands. Inhale forward, cow. Exhale back for cat. Inhale to neutral table. Begin to press into your left hand. And as you inhale, bring your right hand just a few inches off the ground. Exhale, lower it back down. We want to be gentle with our body here, gentle with our left wrist as it's about to bear some weight. Upon your next inhale, I invite you to bring your right wrist high. Stretching long, reaching up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring it back down. Table. Inhale, right wrist again comes high. And as you exhale, thread the needle. Bring your right hand between your left wrist and your left knee, coming down to your right shoulder and the right side of your head. Feel all of the points of contact you have with the ground below you. Press into your left hand to invite in an upper back twist, a micro twist. Continue to deepen the connection with your breath. On an inhale, press into your left hand. Bring your right hand high. Keep your right hand high as you exhale and roll out your wrist. Inhale to bring it another direction. And then exhale to bring your right hand back down to tabletop. One full round of breath here before we move on. Press into your right hand, and as you inhale, bring your left hand just maybe 3-6 inches off the ground, just a bit off. Exhale, bring it down. On your next inhale, bring your left wrist high, stretching up through your left side of your chest. Exhale, back to table. Inhale, left wrist high. Exhale, thread the needle, bringing your hand between your right wrist and your right knee, coming down onto your left shoulder and the left side of your head. Again, feel the ground below you. Feel it below your right hand. Feel your head pressing into the ground. Feel your arm and your shoulder and the top of your hand, your knees, and your feet. Feel your breath entering into your lungs and exiting to create calm. 2 more breaths here. On an inhale, you'll press into your right hand to bring your left wrist high. Just as we did on the other side, you'll exhale here with your wrist high to twist your wrist and roll it out in one direction. Inhale to bring it in the other. Exhale, bring it down. Let's come back through child's pose. Child's pose is not available to you in your body and your practice. You're welcome to stay in tabletop and practice creating strength in your tabletop. Child's pose, if you're going there, knees wide, toes together, hips come back towards your heels, third eye into the mat, arms extend long, palms down into the ground. Pressing gently the center of your forehead into the mat. Nod yes and no. So left to right, up and down. Massaging your forehead. Connecting your seat of intuition to the ground below. As you inhale, come back up to table. Find your tabletop. We're going to do some more stretching of our wrists. So leave your left hand exactly where it is. Take your right wrist. Actually, first bring your fingers of your right hand to the right, and then bring them back towards you. So just like tabletop, your fingers are pressing towards you. And the same with the left hand. First, bring it to the side, and then bring your hands towards you, your fingers towards you. Check in that your hips are over your knees. And I invite you to press all 10 fingers, your fingertips, into the ground. See how that increases the stretch. And then, following your breath, inhale to bring your hips slightly back. Exhale to bring them forward. The back and forward movement is only about 6 inches. Again, inhale, hips come back. Exhale, hips come forward. One more. Inhale, hips back. Exhale, hips forward. We'll come out of this the same way we came in. So left hand first, bringing it to the side, forward, or you're welcome to just bring them back to normal tabletop. We want to be gentle with our bodies always, though. So right hand to the side and forward. Now bring your knees together. Come onto your toes for toes pose. I find that by lifting out my knees, walking my hands back a little bit, coming onto my toes, dropping my knees back down. I typically need a bit of support getting my little toe down to the ground, so I give it the support it needs with my hands. Allow your hips to begin to lower down. Feel your center of gravity lower. Hands come together at your heart. I'd like to give you a moment here to set an intention. Whether that intention be for this class this evening or for the week ahead. I invite you to consider making it an I am statement. I am centered. I am loving. I am happy. I am healthy. I am safe. I am loved. Use your breath to sit in this discomfort. Press your thighs towards each other. Sit tall. Drop your shoulders. Activate your core. Deepen your connection with your breath. Yoga trains us to sit in the discomfort, to know the difference between discomfort and pain, and to know that there's benefit from allowing ourselves to sit in uncomfortable situations. Additionally, this is really good for our feet. I ask that you, once you get uncomfortable, to give it at least 3 more breaths here. Tap into your strength in your core. Even if you think you don't have a strong core, you do. You have strength within there. And we'll release. Coming down through tabletop and meeting in downward facing dog. So bringing hips high, stretching the legs back, and finding a straight line, a flat back from your hips to your fingertips. Always in my classes, I invite you to feel comfortable having bent knees. What's most important here is we have the flat back. Go ahead and pedal out your legs by allowing one heel to drop down as you exhale. Inhaling back up to both knees bent. Exhale, dropping the other heel down. Come to downward facing dog, whatever that looks like for you today. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Feet are hip width distance apart. That's typically measured for most of us with 2 fists. Go ahead and check in with your fists between your feet. Find a big bend in your knees. Find an arm variation of either grabbing for opposite elbow or bringing your hands to your lower back. Perhaps tonight you do the one that you don't typically do. As you exhale, allow your head to drop to be heavy, keeping the connection of your torso or your belly to your thighs. Adjusting your stance if you need to. Just making sure that your knees are over your ankles. Again, as you exhale, allow any pressure and tension from your neck to be released as you drop your head down. Similar to as we did before, nod your head yes. Turn your head left to right, like you're saying no. Go ahead and release your arm variation if you took one. I invite you to come up to standing. With our arms at our sides, stand tall. Either your feet together or with your feet at hip width distance. Shoulders are over your hips. Hips are over your ankles. With your knees in between, all our joints are stacked. Palms face ahead of you. Stand tall here. Find stillness. Inhale to stand even taller. Check in on your hips. Maybe you need to rotate or shift your pelvis slightly under. Upon your next inhale, bring your arms wide and up, just as we did before. Fingertips touch at the top of your inhale. Exhale, hands come down through center, coming to a forward fold. Walking your hands forward to come to a tabletop position. I'm sorry, I meant high plank. So it's like tabletop, except our knees are up. It's like tabletop in that our shoulders are over our wrists, over our elbows. Our heels are pressing back. We've got a straight line from our heels to our shoulders. Now as you inhale, bring your shoulders slightly forward. Exhale to bend at your arms. Flip your toes. Strong legs. Upward facing dog. Shoulders back. Chest forward. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Deepen your connection with your breath here. On an exhale, bring it forward to tabletop. And slowly come down to your forearms. We're almost through the heart raising, the strenuous part of class. And we're going to do that through this forearm plank. So toes can come together. Allow your hips to come down a little bit. Pelvis rotates slightly under. Press into your forearms. Activate your core. Twenty more seconds. Five more seconds. Lift up to high plank. And lower down like a board. Elbows stay at your side. Coming down all the way down to your belly. Allow your hands to plant directly next to your chest. Toes are together. Toes press into the mat so that your knees rise up as we work through a few rolling cobras. So inhale to bring your chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, bring it down. Rolling cobras, so just one to the next. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Remember, in cobra, our hands are just there for support. This lift comes through our back. Again, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Hands come to your side. Look to the right, left ear down. Melt into your mat. Checking out your shoulders. If your shoulders are lifted up off the mat, see if you can bring them down. Sometimes it's just as much as noticing. Interlace your hands at your lower back, chin to the mat. On an inhale, you lift it up, chest up, legs up. Exhale here, legs are strong, toes point. Inhale to bring your chest up further, bringing your hands off your lower back. And release, coming down, right here to the mat, look to the left. Melt into your mat, melt into the floor. Chin comes back to the mat as we lift up onto our forearms for Sphinx pose. So our forearms are down into the mat, our fingers, our palms are down into the mat, shoulders align over our elbows, press your hips into the mat, and allow your elbows, the traction, to pull towards you. As your chest comes forward, your shoulders come back. Let this be an active position. Continuing to pull your elbows towards you, which brings your chest forward. You should feel this in your back. Lower back down. We'll move on to the intense shoulder stretch that we do every single class and that I teach because I love it so much. We'll start with the left arm out. So if you've never done this with me before, I invite you to look at the screen to make sure that you do it right. Right hand will be just next to the right side of your chest. Left arm extends directly out from the shoulder. 3 steps here. First is we press the left shoulder into the mat. If you have a hardwood floor below you, also see if you, or something that you can find traction, pull your left hand towards you as you press your left shoulder into the mat. Second step, right shoulder comes up. Third, right knee rises. And then right foot lands behind your left leg. You should feel this as soon as you come into it in your left shoulder. Let this be a pose where you deepen your connection to your breath rather than it being the moment when we lose our focus. Let your left arm stay active here, and that your palm stays flat to the ground below you. Your left shoulder continues to press into the ground. Inhale here, And as you exhale, visualize that breath going directly to your left shoulder. One more time, just like that. Inhale, strongly, deeply. Exhale, sending the breath to your shoulder. You come out of this by slowly lowering the right side of the chest down. Bring the left hand in to the left side of your chest. Bring the right shoulder out, or the right arm out from the shoulder. 3 steps. First is shoulder into the mat. Second is left lifts up with the support of your left hand. Third is your foot lands behind your leg. Palm under your right hand stays flat as you continue to press your right shoulder into the ground. I like to come up onto my fingertips of my left hand, as we did on the other side. Inhale, and as you exhale, visualize the breath going directly to that shoulder. Again, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, send it to your right shoulder. Slowly lower your left side of your chest down. As we move on to the second round, we always do 2 rounds of this pose. So right hand comes in, left arm comes out from the shoulder. Press the shoulder in, lift the shoulder up, lower the leg or the foot behind the leg. When we do the same pose twice in a row, our body knows what we're doing. Our body's prepared, and maybe it's able to go a little bit deeper. We hold a lot of our stressors in our shoulders. Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day to any mothers that are watching. I thought of that because many of you, I'm sure, know the feeling of the world being on your shoulders. Take a moment to let go of some of that. As you exhale, let go of some stress. Do that again. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, let go of anything you don't need. No need to name it. Let it go. A few more breaths here before we move on to the second side of the second round. As you're ready, be real gentle as you lower your right side of your chest down. In the second round, since we go a little bit deeper, you want to be real slow when you come out of it. Left hand in towards you, right arm out. 3 easy steps. Shoulder in, shoulder up. Foot behind leg. Right palm stays flat on the ground. You want to come up to your fingertips in your left hand. If you find that helpful, go ahead. And as we did on the other side, following the pace of your breath, inhale strongly and deeply. And as you exhale, let go of some stressors you're holding in that right shoulder. Again, inhale. And exhale, let go of something you don't need. I know every single one of us picked up stressors this week. Even me having all this fun in Berlin, there's been stressors on my body. Couple more breaths here. And as I said on the other side, be real gentle as you release out of this. Bringing the chest down and rolling over onto your back. If your pillows are available to you, grab them now. I'll grab them. My pillow's right here. On your back. In supine position. I invite you to find a full body stretch. So toes are together, arms stretch long. And as you exhale, bring your knees in towards you. Finding whatever grip you can. Couple breaths here. As you're ready, left leg comes long, left heel coming down to the mat. Right knee stays in towards you, fingers interlaced just below the knee. Moving towards supine twist. Before we get there, take a moment to bring our knee up towards our shoulder, following the breath. So use an exhale. Feel that sensation. Press your left heel into the ground, flexing your toes back towards your face. This is your extended leg. That gives you a little bit more leverage. Inhale. And as you exhale, allow the knee to come a little bit further back. One more breath here. Take your left hand to your right knee. Grab for your pillows if they're not already on the left side of your mat. Place them there. Nice little pillow pile. Stay surrounded by pillows, clearly. Right arm extends out. It's from the shoulder, just like in the intense shoulder stretch. And as you're ready, right knee comes across the body, moving towards supine twist. As you do, allow your left hip to shimmy towards the center of your mat. And place your knee onto your pillows. Let this be the comfiest supine twist you've ever known. Feel this in your center. Use your exhale to deepen the twist. Shoulders are flat and you're looking up towards the ceiling or the sky, or out towards your extended arm. Right arm is relaxed here. Doesn't need to be active. Palm doesn't need to be into the ground like before. Let this be a restorative supine twist. As we move towards these longer holds, thoughts can start to creep in. Allow them to. and then allow them to leave by coming back to your breath. We'll be here for about 10 more breaths. No need for you to count them. Try to stay still. If your pillows do need to be adjusted, go ahead. Only do so, though, if it makes you more comfy. These Sunday night classes are about welcoming the week ahead with excitement or without fear, with discipline or willpower, with our breath and with intention. As you're ready, you're welcome to bring your right knee back towards your shoulder. Find that same interlace grip. Press your left heel into the ground and ride your breath, taking an exhale and bringing your right knee up towards your right shoulder. Perhaps it comes a little closer than it did before. Maybe it doesn't. On an inhale, your left knee will come up towards your left shoulder for a moment. We grab for both. Right hand is just below right knee, left is below left. And as we exhale, we gently, softly pull them in. Right knee drops down. Inhale as you find your interlace grip on your left leg, your left knee. And as you exhale, ride the breath to take your left knee up towards your left shoulder. Right heel into the ground. Right toes point back towards your face. A few more breaths here. Getting real familiar with the sensation of your exhale helping to guide your knee towards your shoulder. As I spoke to earlier, exhales through the mouth help to bring us to a place of calm, to activate the parasympathetic. Right hand will come to your left knee. Use your left hand now to bring your pillars to the other side. Shifting how you need. Then your left arm comes out, straight out from the shoulder. Right hand will guide the knee across as your right hip, your lower hip, shimmies a little bit close to the side so that your joints of your hips can stack. And then your right hand will place your knee onto your pillow pile. Remember, we're looking up to the sky or out towards our extended arm. And we're making this a restorative, comfortable supine twist, maybe the most restorative one we've ever had. Allow yourself, if you need to, adjust to get comfier, because we're past the point in yoga tonight where we need to sit in our discomfort. Tap into your focus. Any distractions, whether it's thoughts in your mind or sounds in your home, or simply an opportunity to strengthen your focus. Long exhales. Soft inhales. Couple more breaths here. As you're ready, your left knee will come back towards your left shoulder. Find that same interlaced grip. And ride the exhale, bringing your left knee back towards your left shoulder. One more breath just like that. And as you inhale, invite your right knee to come up towards your right shoulder, just as we did before. Exhale to real gently pull each knee towards each shoulder. Using your hands, guide your knees together. Allow your feet to come down to the mat. We're going to move into butterfly legs, supported. So bring your feet towards each other and put, if you have them, a pillow under each knee. Find a flat back. So toes are together, knees are wide, knees are supported if they can be. And then I invite you to bring one hand to your heart and your other hand to your belly. I found great benefit recently by integrating